Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly reading. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Keeping in mind that these are general readings and may not resonate for everyone. So make sure to check out your other placements because you could have messages there as well. All right, my friends, let's get started here for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the week ahead. What is the energy around Sagittarius for this week ahead? Ooh, go the distance, Sag. Don't give up. Don't give up. Got another card there. Ooh, what was that one? Let's see. Chop wood. Leg up. Okay, very interesting. So you got the go the distance. So that tells us don't give up. That tells us to keep going, even if you're at the point where you're like, I'm exhausted. This isn't going to work. You know, like you've imagined this. You've seen how this is going to work. So this is almost a time where I feel like it's interesting. We've got soulmates on the bottom of the deck. So soulmates doesn't always have to mean romantic relationships. It can just mean that there's a connection that is sort of divinely guiding you right now. Someone may have a sacred task in their life to sort of be involved in your path, and it could lead to romance. I'm not saying that it doesn't mean that, but it might not. You know, sometimes this idea of soulmates is very romanticized when sometimes it's just a very strong soul contract that we have with another to facilitate something for us, to be collaborative with us. Yes, in some cases it can lead to romance, but it doesn't have to. So take it as it resonates always. Don't try and force it. But it's interesting. I feel like, you know, for some of you, this could be a situation where you've almost given up on something. You've almost given up on something, and then all of a sudden it's like you get this support out of nowhere. And it feels like very unexpected, but very supportive. And it's sort of guiding you to prepare for what you've imagined because it's about to take place. Very, very interesting energy around this. For some of you, it could be a divinely, sort of a divine counterpart here with soulmates. But it could also just be that it's the right person at the right time to help you achieve something you've imagined, and it's getting closer and closer. But I feel like you've been working on this for some time, and so it's like you're at the place where you're like, should I just do something else? Should I imagine something else? Should I, put my energy elsewhere? And I feel like this reading is guiding you to keep going, to not give up, that you are receiving support, that this is something that you will be able to see as you've imagined. It's about to happen. It feels like it's about to take place. Something that you've imagined is about to take place. And for some of you, it could involve another individual that's coming in right at the right time to help guide you, to collaborate with you. They may have something to share with you that is going to be instrumental in supporting you right now. This is interesting. Whatever your goal is right now, Sagittarius, don't give up. I feel like you might be exhausted from your efforts, and you might be like, starting to lose that energy. Like imagine if you're running a race and you're almost at the end. That can be the hardest mile to push through, is that last one. You know what I mean? That can be the hardest time to keep going. Yeah, and there's the Page of Cups coming over right away for you in reverse. And that tells me that you're about to give up. That tells me that you've almost had it, but you're about to reach the moment. You're about to reach that moment that you've been dreaming of, that moment you've imagined. It's time to actually prepare for it to happen instead of throwing in the towel and giving up. You might be missing some signs telling you that, hey, this is around the corner, or that, the support is here now. You're actually being supported here now. I see the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. I feel like this is leading to a big new beginning for you. One that's very passionate. And again, this could be a romantic relationship for some of you. That's about, if that's what you've been imagining, if that's what you've been feeling is coming through for you, then it could be just that. I feel like for some of you, it is a relationship, but for some of you, it almost feels like you're looking for the right people to collaborate with. You're looking for people that aren't going to just be like a conflict of egos here. I feel like you're rising above that, and you're looking for the right people to help you achieve your goal. You're looking for support. You're looking for collaborators. You're recovering from this being exhausted. You almost need to put your mind at rest when it comes to any sort of circular thinking that's leading you around and around, feeling like it's depleting you. I feel like you're recovering from that, and that as you recover from that, you're sort of getting ready for whatever it is that you've imagined that will take place. You've seen this. You've been fantasizing about it. You've been manifesting this, and it's coming. You just need to put your mind at rest. Don't overthink and don't worry. You've got the 4 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. So I think there's a part of you that has fear over this outcome, and you're not necessarily trusting your inner voice, your inner guidance here in the High Priestess showing up in reverse, that this is all going to work out. I think it is all going to work out. I think you're leveling up. You're moving away from conflict. You're moving away from drama. You're choosing happiness. You're choosing fulfillment. You might be missing some signs about, or mixing up some signs. I'm feeling that clarity coming through, that it's not that you're missing signs, but you're misinterpreting the signs, and it's not leading to this outcome that you fear. It's actually leading straight into what you've imagined being so fulfilling. And I feel like you've shifted your own. You're shifting. You may not have completely shifted it, but you're shifting your affirmations and your what you're thinking about. That needs to shift if it hasn't already. I feel like it's in the process of shifting, and it's like you recognize that whatever you focus on expands, and so I feel like you're just maybe missing some signs, or you're misinterpreting some things as not being supportive when actually they're very supportive, and things are working out here. Things are working in your favor here, Sagittarius. You've just got to put your worries at rest. Put your mind at rest. Focus on what it is you're trying to achieve. Focus on imagining it, visualizing it, embodying it, feeling it, seeing it. What does it look like? What does it feel like? How do you visualize it? That is what's going to help you prepare for this. And for some of you, it could involve another individual that is coming in to collaborate or support you, or maybe it's a romantic connection that's going to feel really fulfilling after a time where you've had to sort of recover from not feeling very fulfilled and not having your desires met. But I feel like that's all coming to a close. I think you're entering into this new cycle here. Yeah, there's the 2 of Cups. For a lot of you, this is a relationship moving towards you, or it's just this really beautiful collaboration. You're coming into relationships that are really going to be of service to you, and they're going to grow. They're going to grow, and you're going to grow from being in these relationships. And I think you're actually starting to see eye to eye with yourself. You're starting to surrender and to look at things from a different perspective, so that you cannot sort of miss the signs or misinterpret signs anymore. I think you've shifted your perspective to trust away from worry. You're working on that right now, or that's where you need to be working right now. And there's the Queen of Wands, really focused on what she wants to achieve. And she's also very attractive right now. And so whatever it is you're trying to attract, I feel like it's here. And there's this part of you that's sort of, you're sort of glowing in a different way, Sagittarius. This is a glow up for sure. And you're really seated in your own power. You're feeling empowered. You're feeling ready. You're attracting what it is that you desire right now. So whatever that is, it's coming in. There is something, though, that I feel like is distracting you a little bit. There's the Page of Wands. So this is a journey of self-discovery. You're learning new things about yourself and new ways to sort of have self-mastery. Like you're learning how to master your abilities from the ground up. I feel like this is you could be receiving a message soon about something that really helps to put things into focus for you, about how to prepare for this big shift. And I feel like you might receive a message soon about something that's going to be very assistive to you in this process, and it'll help you imagine something that you might be struggling to imagine right now. You might not be clear on how things are going to work out, but I feel like you could become very clear very soon. It's just a little bit foggy right now in your imagination, but I think you're bringing it into clarity. With every day that passes, your confidence is rising, and you're starting to see that you can overcome any obstacle here with the Strength card, and that it's almost like with every obstacle that you overcome, you're starting to say, oh yeah, everything is lining up, everything is aligning. There's something here that feels like you've been working on it for some time. It's starting to come into balance. Whatever this is, it's starting to balance out. You're no longer in the energy of sort of struggle. I think it's all starting to come together right now. And you just got to keep going. I think giving up now would be, would really sabotage you. Yeah, you got to keep going. There's the Knight of Wands sort of bringing in that energy of charisma and pursuing things with a lot of intention, very purposeful. Like you're purposefully pursuing things that you desire, and that's that inspired action, right? You're taking inspired action towards it. It's not just daydreaming, but there's action too, right? Like you're pursuing it with that action that is feeling very inspired and passionate. And I feel like you're really tuning into being grateful. And there's that Five of Wands again. You're rising above these conflicts. I really feel like there could be a lot of noise around you trying to convince you to go another way, and you're like, no. There's a part of you that might be like, well, maybe they're right. And it's almost like you're comparing yourself to others a little bit here, and that's distracting you a little bit. But ultimately, I feel like you can overcome any obstacle right now, and that there is some sort of relationship that is divinely timed for right now. And it's interesting. Will you keep your guard up when this relationship shows up, or will you let them in? I wonder if you will or not. It's interesting looking at those two cards coming out together. It makes me wonder if you will let them in, or if you will sort of imagine that you got to keep your guard up. You got to have your defenses up. I wonder. I actually think that you're just going to stand up for yourself in the midst of all of these arguments and such. I think you're going to stand up for yourself, and you're going to choose you. You're going to choose yourself and say, I'm not getting involved in any of these conflicts. I'm not going to compare myself to anyone. And I'm just going to pursue this new way of thinking. That you've got the Ace of Swords here. And I feel like that's bringing in some new ideas about how to approach things, and how to get creative with things in a new way. Being very flexible mentally here is coming through for you. Very interesting reading for you this week, Sagittarius. I just want to actually pull one oracle card because I'm just curious what message you'll receive, because it feels like you whatever it is that you're working on manifesting is around the corner. Oh my goodness, so many cards. Okay, we see divine life purpose. So for some of you, this is about your life purpose. For some of you, this is about your love life. And for others of you, this is about celebrating and finding a new community. through things that are like-minded. So finding those collaborators. So like I said at the beginning, this soulmate card, that Two of Cups, for some of you, this is leading you to your life purpose. For others of you, this is leading to a new romantic cycle. And for others of you, this is sort of showing you where you can find like-minded people. Where can you find these collaborators, and the celebrations that you'll have celebrating this new path together. So this confirms it, and I really feel like you're releasing things that no longer resonate for you. You've released a lot already, but you're moving closer and closer to this new beginning with a lot of purpose here. Your divine life purpose is here. So trust the signs and the timing and the guidance, because they're leading you to fulfillment. There may be a new romantic cycle approaching here. An important life passage is about to take place that's going to help you see where you can find like-minded friends, and maybe more than friends. Wow, Sagittarius, this has been very interesting. I'm going to leave it at that for you. I hope this reading has resonated. If it has, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing. I really appreciate your support here on the channel. If you would like a personal reading, you can find the link for that in the description below. And I look forward to reading for you again soon, my friends. Sending you so much love and light. Take care.